Have you noticed something strange? When you look at the world's most powerful men, the ones with money, influence, and empires, you'll see something that doesn't add up. They don't seem to age like the rest of us. Their skin stays smooth. Their voices stay strong. Their bodies refuse to break down the way yours and mine do. The average American man will pass away around the age of 74. But the men who sit on boards of trillion-dollar companies, who control nations and economies, somehow, they live into their 80s and 90s while still flying private jets, commanding armies of employees, and speaking with the fire of men half their age. Is it luck? Is it genetics? Or is it something else, something deliberately hidden from you? Tonight, we will uncover the immortality programs of the elite, the secret science and forbidden experiments that billionaires are using right now to cheat time itself. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at aging the same way again. Throughout history, kings and emperors sought to escape death. And more importantly, we will ask, what can ordinary men like you and me learn from this? The pharaohs built pyramids as stairways to eternity. The Chinese Emperor Qin Shi Huang sent ships across the seas searching for the mythical elixir of life. Medieval alchemists spent centuries trying to turn lead into gold and death into life. But they failed. They all failed. Yet in the 21st century, something has changed. Today, men with unlimited money no longer search in dusty scrolls or caves. They are funding labs. Jeff Bezos, worth nearly $200 billion, has invested in a company called Altos Labs, where the mission is nothing less than to reverse aging itself. Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, has poured his fortune into parabiosis, where old men inject themselves with the blood of the young. Google's founders, Sergey Brin and Larry Page, secretly launched Calico, a company dedicated to solving death. These men are not satisfied with being rich. They want to build an immortal class, a group of humans who live not decades longer, but centuries. And while ordinary men are told to age gracefully, they are busy writing checks to scientists who believe aging is just a disease, and one day, a curable one. Behind closed doors, in private clinics you will never be invited to, experiments are already happening. A billionaire in Los Angeles pays $50,000 a month for young plasma infusions, blood from donors aged 18 to 25. The belief? That young blood carries signals that rejuvenate old cells. In Switzerland, secretive clinics offer stem cell therapies that rebuild joints, heal organs, and sharpen the brain. Celebrities and royals fly there under fake names to receive treatments that cost more than your house. In Silicon Valley, genetic scientists are testing epigenetic reprogramming, the ability to literally rewind your body's biological clock by decades. In lab mice, it has already worked. The next step is human trials. And who do you think will be first in line? And then there's the frontier of AI immortality. Imagine uploading your memories, your decisions, even your voice, into a digital twin that can keep living, thinking, and being you long after your body is gone. For the ultra-rich, this is not fantasy. It is their insurance policy against death itself. But here's the catch. These programs are not for you. They are not advertised. They are not covered by insurance. They are not even written about in medical journals. They exist in shadows, available only to those with billions to spare. But ask yourself this. Why do they chase immortality so fiercely? Because for the rich, death is not just the end of life. It is the loss of power. Imagine building empires, owning companies, shaping nations, only to watch it all vanish because your body failed you. That terrifies them. So they fight aging with military discipline. They eat food measured to the calorie. They sleep in oxygen chambers that cost more than your retirement savings. They inject experimental drugs that haven't even passed safety trials. They treat their bodies like machines, machines that must be maintained at any cost. And then they tell the rest of us to accept decline, to take our pills quietly, to sit in the nursing home, to watch TV until the end. That is the lie, because while they are fighting death like a war, ordinary men are told that aging is inevitable. But here's what they don't talk about. Immortality has a dark side. Some men become slaves to their longevity routines. Endless procedures, constant monitoring, living more like lab animals than human beings. Some lose their humanity, trading joy and spontaneity for fear of the slightest risk that might shorten their lives. And some, despite their billions, die anyway. No matter how much you pay, death still comes. And the more you run from it, the more it stalks you. There is another cost too, the psychological one. If you never die, what does life mean? If every year stretches into eternity, what urgency remains? The truth is this: mortality is not just a curse. It is also, for all their billions, there is one thing the rich can never purchase: authentic human longevity. They can buy clinics, cryogenic chambers, armies of doctors. They can freeze their bodies, inject young blood, and reprogram genes. But they cannot buy the simple, ageless strength of a man who has lived in balance with his body, his purpose, and his community. Let me show you what I mean. Travel to Okinawa, Japan, where men live past 100 at astonishing rates. These men are not hooked up to machines. They are not being pumped with experimental drugs. They rise in the morning, walk to their gardens, and bend their backs planting seeds. Their hands are rough, their skin weathered, but their eyes glow with life. They move every single day, not because it's exercise, but because it's simply living. Now picture Sardinia, Italy. In the mountain villages, old men climb steep stone streets with the strength of men 30 years younger. They drink wine at night with friends, laugh loudly, and argue fiercely over politics and football. Their hearts stay alive because their brotherhood never ends. Or consider Nicoya, Costa Rica. There, men past 90 still chop wood, ride bicycles, and tend to cattle. They eat beans, corn, and fruit from their land. Their families surround them, generations connected. Stress is rare. Purpose is everywhere. Compare this to the billionaires in sterile labs, hooked up to machines, swallowing pills, chasing eternity through needles. Who truly looks more alive? The truth is this: movement like water keeps the joints oiled and the body free, protecting your fire, never retiring from life, always having a mission, keeps the spirit strong. Brotherhood keeps loneliness, the silent killer, away. Food from the earth repairs the body from the inside out. And here's the shocking part: science confirms it. Modern studies show that the real keys to longevity are not futuristic at all. They are ancient. Simplicity, purpose, connection, and movement. These are things the rich overlook because they cannot be purchased, but you can live them right now. That is the secret the elites can never own. The rich may chase eternity with fear in their eyes. They may spend fortunes on cryogenic vaults, upload their thoughts into machines, or drain the blood of the young. But in the end, none of it can match the true immortality of a man who lives fully. Think about it. What does eternal really mean? Is it clinging to life with wires and tubes? Or is it leaving a legacy that continues long after your last breath? Eternity is not in the body, it is in the impact you leave. A man who builds his strength, who passes wisdom to his children, who carves memories into the hearts of his family, that man will never die. And here's the truth no billionaire will ever admit. You do not need their program. You have the tools right now, your body, your mind, your purpose. Every step you take, every healthy meal you eat, every friendship you protect, every morning you rise with fire in your chest. That is immortality in motion. Because when you live this way, you don't just add years to your life, you add life to your years. So ask yourself, will you live as the elites want you to, accepting decline, waiting for the end? Or will you rise, take back your strength, and live in a way that makes you eternal, without spending a fortune, without selling your soul, without begging for secret programs? The choice is yours, because the truth is this. Rich men don't die because they fear death, but great men don't die because they live in a way that outlasts death. And that path is open to you. If you believe every man deserves these secrets, not just the elite, then hit subscribe and like. Because the more we spread this knowledge, the fewer men will fade quietly, and the more will rise into the strength, the fire, and the immortality they were born to claim.